I think Miami's plan is to move him to tight end. Is that the end goal for him, making him lose weight so he can be a dominant tight end like Darnell Washington, use him in the pass block and run block? 'Cause I don't know, I just don't understand the pick, y'all. Miami fans out there, if y'all watching this, I kind of feel for you because I want these teams in big markets to be in the playoffs every year. The Raiders, Miami, the Giants. Shout out to Seahawks, Super Bowl champs, my team. But yeah, man, I like the big markets being in the Rams can go bye bye. I don't care about the LA team, LA NFL teams. But yeah, Caden Proctor, this is his NFL combine talking to or NFL draft talking to the media, and we'll see what he says. Because last year with Alabama's line last year, him Dewberry, they're looking like some Care Bears. Especially Dewberry. I don't know where Dewberry going to go. I think he's returning for another year. He definitely needs to lose weight if you're an Alabama fan. But when Jam Miller went out, their offensive line just turned to shreds. Ty Simpson couldn't even last in the pocket sometimes with their passing game. But I'm like, their line should be good. You know, it's Alabama. You should never depend on a running back for your line to be good. And you saw the difference from when Jam Miller was out. He was stopping the blitzers and things like that. But with Caden Proctor, we'll see how he ends up in the NFL. He needs a lot of footwork improvement with the Miami Dolphins. So I don't know who's in their I don't know who their O line coach is right now, but back in the day when Vic Fangio was there with their defense, I don't know, they're trying to change the new regime, but the players did tell Vic Fangio, the practices are too hard and the practices, you're yelling at us, you're cussing at us. So we'll see if they have a coach, a O line and coach in there that doesn't care about, the cursing or the players aren't gonna whine to upper management and fire the guy because he's cursing at them. So we'll see what happens with Caden Proctor. But Miami's just so unserious. I thought they could have used another pick. With him, with Caden Proctor, you see the bling on him already. You see the big chain, and you kind of got to question the why of these people and like what's NIL and going on right now. And him, I'm questioning his why already. Because when you see that, I don't know if y'all watched the draft at all, but there was this cat from Wyoming. He was offensive lineman with a mohawk, and I think he went like third round, fourth round to. I think he went to the Steelers, but it's like you're not questioning his why, like you see he got the mohawk going on, he got the black eye tape or eye marking, whatever it's called, and he's ready to go to war, every time. Caden Proctor, you about the money, about the bag, but I can't really say. Let me retract my statement a little bit because he did switch from Iowa to go to Alabama because of the culture and he did want to win, and it was just about more about the championships rather than going to Iowa. But Iowa is more about culture. He probably should have stayed home. I don't know, but we're gonna see what he's talking with about these NFL media people, what they're gonna be asking him. But yeah, man, some of these NFL like Max Ehanencore, he's from Africa. He's only played 7 years in the NFL. You're not going to question his why he probably wants to get better in this league. He doesn't just want to make his doesn't just want to make a check. He wants to make his parents proud. Probably I can already tell that just off of knowing the history of him. Caden Proctor, you got a big chain on and flashing his NIL money already. You see with Peter Woods how he treated his NIL money already, or his new contract money, buying his mom cars and things like that. Hopefully, it doesn't hurt him in the long run. So, but yeah, if you're tuning in right now, go ahead and do what the YouTubers say. I'm not going to say it. Let's get into this NFL media presser.
Hello, Kaden. My name's Nayeli Lopez for AP as we see it. What does a successful first year as a rookie look like to you?
Really just going in and just being the best learner that I can be, learning from the older guys, really just soaking it all in, and having fun, being a personable guy, having communication with my teammates, and doing whatever the team needs me to do so that we can go succeed.
Caden, how excited are you to be a Miami Dolphin, and have you had the opportunity to talk to Malik Willis yet?
I have not had the opportunity. As soon as I
Malik, like, dang, but they just traded my whole roster. Like, yeah, he definitely needs some help. So Miami's probably protecting for next year's draft, looking for those quarterbacks. Man, I got some opinions on those quarterbacks. Got to make a video on that. Stockton, Marcel Reed, DJ Lagway, Lenora Sellers, Arch Manning, Sam Levitt, Sorsby, if whatever happens with him. But they're probably not gonna yeah, he's probably done. NFL's not gonna accept the dude that's never mind, scratch Sorsby. But yeah, next year's draft class is pretty crazy. So I mean, you got Josh Hoover trying to prove something in Indiana. We'll see what happens with him. And then who got the dude from Yale? I think it was some dude from like a 4-star starter. I mean, 4-year starter at Yale. Now he transferred to somewhere. I forgot where it was, but a lot of guys coming in next year's draft, man, that
Got off the
got to be
stage,
talked
we
about.
came straight over here to media, but it means the world to me. You know, they took a chance on me, they drafted me, and they called me to go down there and do what I need to do. So I promise you, I'm gonna go down there and be that aggressor that I need to be, and to go win games.
Jerry, I'm Burton here with the Connect Sport, man. It's actually funny. I was actually roommates with your cousin in college at New Mexico State,
Oh,
Austin
yeah.
Perkins,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Shout out to him.
Yes, sir.
But how do you feel knowing that you're going to Miami, and how excited are you to get
That's
down
cool.
there and set
Yeah.
a new foundation for that offensive line?
Yeah, that feels wonderful. Like I said, you know, the team took a shot on me.
Does he have leadership mentality though? Can he bulk up a room and say, "Hey, we're not doing what we need to do. Let's do it"? Because Alabama, did you say he did that with Alabama's offensive line and with how they looked in the beginning of the season, how they went? It was a lot of passes. Not the run game didn't go anywhere. Just mush every time. Every time they handed it off to Jam Miller, it was 1 to 2 yards. It was sad to look at. Just Care Bears on there, but hopefully he can lead a room. Because coming into next year's draft, when they draft a quarterback, or they might stick with Quentin
I'm gonna
Ewers. You
be
never know.
forever blessed for that. You know, to be a first round pick. You know,
If they
12th pick.
stick with Quentin, whoa.
It's still surreal to me, honestly. I'm really just trying to enjoy the moment. But when I get down there, it's time to go to work. I promise you, I'm finna bring the intensity. But also, like I said, just being a personable guy, having a communication with my teammates, because communication is key. Go out there and win games.
100%, bro.
What up, Jace?
Communication is key, key, key. You gotta communicate everything, relationships, everything. Hey, we're not doing this right. Hey, you not looking good on this. Whatever you need help on this, like just to get uncomfortable with the questions. You have to get uncomfortable. That's how you get great. So, shout
Wife,
out
student at the
Caden for that
University of Alabama.
response.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Congratulations, man. I love you like I knew you my whole life. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
My question is, obviously, you went 11, and Ty went right after you.
Cool.
I guess how much of a surprise was that, and then just
Yeah.
how y'all gonna keep Alabama alive in the league, man?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't too much of a surprise because I told Ty, I said, bro, you going to the Rams. I'm telling you, I said this, like I knew this, but for it to actually happen, it was like breathtaking, honestly, because he was sitting right behind me. I got called and then he got called. His family celebrated, my family celebrating, and we get to share that moment.
What a feeling, bro. That was kind of like me last year, Caden Proctor. Last year I wanted Jalen Milroe badly on my Seattle Seahawks. Like I was calling for a third round. It was like the 23rd pick in that draft. I said, we gonna pick Jalen Milroe right here. Everybody was like, no, you don't need a quarterback. Like we good. Like Jalen, like Sam Darnold, like we wait till next year's draft when all the like when because this year's draft was supposed to be when all the quarterbacks were supposed to be all good. Dan Orlovsky and all these other people, Todd McShay, were hyping up this draft class, and then now it turns to slop. And then, yeah, but I wanted Jalen, man. So when I don't know if it was Goodell, somebody they said Jalen Milroe, I was like, let's go. I should have bet that day, but I didn't. But yeah, I feel you, kid. It's a show.
Just kind of
It's
dapping each
breathtaking.
other up, before I walked out there on the stage, just tears flowing, emotions. I mean, we worked so hard to get to where we want to go. And, for our name to be called first round pick back to back from Bama, that's a blessing, man.
Caden, what's your favorite aspect of Malik Willis's game?
I haven't seen too much of him, but I know he's got a strong arm, and I know that he's going to go out there and do what he needs to do, on a daily basis, to go out there and win games. And I'm happy to be on the team, happy to block for him, and I promise you, I'm gonna do everything.
Some people say willing to die for their quarterback. You hear Will Campbell say that. You can't say like You know, Malik ain't probably gonna be there for the rest of his career. So I
We do what I can to protect him,
shout out that right
so
there.
that we can go out there and, and beat some ass, man.
Caden,
Yeah, he know.
around this time,
He know he
Tyler
ain't gonna
Walker
be
was
there.
drafted close to the same position that you were. Did he have any words for you? Did y'all
Yeah.
text before the moment?
So Ty had, book with him in the green room. So I got to share, that moment with him and that experience with him. We the same pick, man. We both got pick 12. Like that's God working. I promise you that is weird, man. Back-to-back years from Bama.
Tyler's a dog.
And he's been
Hopefully Tyler
one
has
of
a
the
long
most
career like
influential
him,
guys in my life, for
even though
sure.
I don't like the Cowboys.
Kind of showing me the ropes of how to work things and just the daily basis, day in, day out work that he puts in, just taught me a lot. So I'm blessed to have him, in my corner too, and happy to share that moment with him and Ty.
Caden over here, Dave Stevens. We sat and talked yesterday, and you talked a
Man,
lot
get out the
about
shot. What are you
confidence that
doing?
you were
Who
gonna
is
need going into
this?
this league. So, what is that
Get out the
confidence going to do for
shot.
you with veterans around you, and you know that you are
Man,
trying to battle for a
this ain't a
position?
bootleg
Yeah.
movie, dog.
I
Get
mean,
out the shot, bro.
it's a job. It's your job at the end of the day, to go compete, and it's just the friendly competition. But I don't really think of it like that. Just really going in there and building relationships with the guys, and the best five are gonna go play, and that's just how the game works. But I'm gonna just do everything that I need to do to go out there and be the best learner that I can be, and try to go play.
Last one.
So you came from a school with a lot of tradition at Alabama. What kind of tradition do you want to create in South Florida with the Miami Dolphins?
I feel like I want to carry the same culture that we had at
Slow.
Alabama, that winning culture, that hard work, that toughness, that grit. That's kind of what I want to bring, into the facility, kind of uplift everybody around me. Like I said, just being personable, having that connectivity to everybody that's around you, is the best thing, for the team. So that's all I can do.
Shout out, Caden.
If that's all, thank you.
Thank you.
And congrats.
Congratulations for becoming my next tight end on the Miami Dolphins. Let's see what happens with Caden.